Assalamualaikum and good morning. We are from Group 4 and this is our presentation on case study C, Huawei Smartphone Business Competition, Fighting, Surrendering, Winning or Losing. And this is our team members of Group 4 with a total of 5 members.
Good day. Before I start presenting, my name is Fasih binti Fazani and I am representing my group, which is Group 4, to present about the case study on Huawei Smartphone Business Competition, whether you need to fight, surrender, winning or losing. So I start with the executive summary. This study discusses on Huawei company, which is founded in 1987 by Ren Zhengfei. Is a Chinese multinational company focusing on manufacturing phone switches, telecommunication networks, operational services and communication devices. In summary, it addressed Huawei's continuous situation in the global smartphone industry, emphasizing the complexity of international business and instability. So this case study discussed on the difficulties caused together by US sanction and the company's strategic actions. Huawei was globally leading under CEO Ren Zhengfei, but 70% decline in exports in 2021 was caused by the US prohibition. This study also outlines Huawei's starting point, growth, research and development, expenditures, and tactical 5G network technology strategy. It covers Huawei crisis management approach, which includes fighting claim of espionage and intro of new technology. Then we move to the problem statement faced by Huawei company, which this case is to study and analyze the challenges faced from Huawei. For instance, the first one is the global expansion. How can Huawei balance its global expansion and localization strategies to meet the diverse needs and preference of its customer and stakeholders, which come from different regions and countries? So the second one is about the problem in supply chain. How can Huawei manage its supply chain and operates effectively and efficiently amid the disruption and uncertainties caused by the US sanction and the COVID-19 pandemic? So the third one is the sustained business model. How can Huawei develop and implement a sustainable and responsible business model which align with the vision, mission and values, while address the environmental and social concerns of its industries and society? SWOT analysis and pattern analysis. As for now, I'll present the SWOT analysis first. So for the strength and weaknesses, it comprises internal factors of Huawei company. So for strength, Huawei have innovation in technology, global outreach and competitive pricings. So the first strength is Huawei have innovation in technology. Huawei, which is a leading player in 5G technology, is renowned for its extensive research and development investment and patent filing, paving the way for innovative products and solutions. So the second strength is global outreach. With operation in more than 170 nations, Huawei provides services to more than 3 billion people globally. The company collaborates with governments, business and telecom providers to build a global network of services centers. Then the third is it has competitive pricings, which is Huawei offers high quality products and services at affordable prices compared to its competitors such as Samsung and Apple. Huawei use a low-cost strategy to gain market share and customer loyalty, especially in emerging markets and developing countries. However, Huawei have a few weaknesses, which are regulatory challenges and sanctions, reputation and trust issue, and also have dependent on external supplier. So the first is regulatory challenges and sanction. Since 2018, Huawei has faced significant headwinds due to the regulatory issues, which are from the US government. The US has accused Huawei of posing a national security threat or risk and has imposed various restrictions and bans of its access to US technology and markets. The second is reputation and trust issue. Huawei faced reputation and trust issue in Western markets due to the allegations of espionage, intellectual property theft, cyber attacks, and human rights violations. damaging its brand image and customer loyalty. Espionage mentioned before is something like spying or do undercover work. So the third is dependence on external suppliers. Despite on the Huawei R&D capabilities, it heavily relies on the external suppliers for key components and technology, which including chipset and operating system. US sanctions disrupt supply chains and Huawei faces difficulties in developing Harmony OS. Then the next opportunity and threat for Huawei comprises of external influences. Huawei have good opportunities which include AI and 5G technology, marketing and branding, and also retail change and distributions. For the first opportunity, Huawei have AI and 5G technology. Huawei can leverage AI and 5G technology to drive innovation in ICT, create new products, improve customer experiences, and enhance operational efficiency. Second is marketing and branding. Huawei can enhance its marketing strategies, particularly in Western countries, by utilizing social media, online advertising, and influencer marketing to communicate its value proposition and build customer trust. Then the third is retail change and distributions. Huawei can expand its retail chain and distribution network by opening more physical stores, online stores, and service center, and partnering with more distributors and retailers to increase market coverage and penetration. And for the trades, Huawei may face big competitors, regulatory pressures and ban, and also trade pressures and geopolitical risks. So the first is competitors. Huawei may face fierce competition from Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi, and Oppo, which they investing heavily in research and development, innovation, marketing to maintain market share and customer loyalty. Second is regulatory pressures and ban. Huawei face regulatory pressures and sanctions from governments, particularly in the US, which limiting global market access and technologies due to the allegations of national security, trade espionage, bans, and human rights violations. Then the third is trade pressure and geopolitical risk. Huawei face trade tensions and geopolitical risk due to the ongoing conflicts, which making its business environment uncertain and unstable. It must adapt to changing market conditions and customer expectation to mitigate the risk. So that's all for my part. So then I pass to the next presenter to present the pattern analysis.
Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. Let me introduce myself first. I am Raudatul Syafiqah binti Ibrahim, matric number 280599. Alright, moving forward to our next context of our presentation is the pastel analysis on Huawei. The first one is the political aspect, which is the US sanction. The US sanction, including the ban on Huawei from US communication network, have significantly impacted the company's operation. Huawei has faced challenges in the sourcing technology, accessing critical component, and participating in certain market due to this political restriction. The next one is the trade relation and tension between US and China, which have affected on supply change in Huawei. The political tension, particularly on the war between US and China, have disrupted Huawei supply chain. Huawei is actively relies on a global supply chain for component. However, the restriction have led to uncertainty and challenges in sourcing essential technology and eventually affecting the manufacturing and overall operation of Huawei. The second aspect is on the economic, which is referring to the global economic condition. The global economic condition influenced by the decisions such as US traffic and US tariff and restriction have impacted Huawei financial performance. Economic uncertainties, trade dispute, and the overall economic climate can affect the demand for Huawei product and service in various markets. The third aspect is on the social society, which is the consumer behavior. The changes in consumer behavior possibly due to the concern about Huawei political controversies, may lead to shift in the preference toward other smartphone brands. These changes can affect Huawei smartphone sales and the market share, which will impact on its position in the industry. And then moving to the next aspect, which is the technology. Okay, moving forward to the next aspect, which is the technological aspect, which on the R&D investment in Huawei. Despite the challenges, Huawei has maintained its commitment to the technological innovation through significant R&D investment. The high costs associated with research and development are a strategic decision aimed to ensuring the company's effectiveness and the relevance in the technology sector. And the next one is the supply chain disruption. Technological dependencies arising from US sanction have disrupted Huawei supply chain. The restriction on accessing certain technologies and components have necessitated adjustment in the company's technological strategy and may impact its ability to deliver cutting-edge product. And the next aspect is on the environment. The energy efficiency in manufacturing. The environment aspect is influenced by the US ban and sanction, which have impact Huawei ability to access specific technology and component. The company may need to reevaluate its manufacturing process to enhance energy efficiency and sustainability. In response to the global environmental concern, Huawei may adopt energy-saving initiative in its production process, adapting to the environmental friendly practice aligned with the broader corporate responsibility to reduce the ecological footprint and contribute to sustainability goals. And the last one is on the legal, which is the US legal action. Legal challenges, including charges against Huawei CFO and the accusation of intellectual property theft, pose significant legal threat to the company. Legal action can result in financial penalties, damage to the company's reputation, and a potential restriction on its operation. Okay, in this slide, we will look into the pros and cons of fighting or surrendering toward the issue faced by Huawei. If Huawei decide to fight, the pros would be, the first one is the secure place in the market. Fighting the ban helps Huawei maintain its market share and competitiveness globally. It will help to ensure the company's continuous presence and influence in the smartphone market. And the second one is continue innovation. By fighting the ban, Huawei can reduce dependency on the US component and try to innovate more, such as developing the Harmony OS, which allow the company to stay at the forefront of the technological advancement. Okay, the third one is the strong brand image. The company's long-term reputation and brand image may be improved by its strategic resilience and capacity to withstand the bans. It will help to strengthen the customer trust and confidence in the brands. However, the consequence would be, the first one would be the supply chain disruption. The fight may worsen Huawei supply chain disruption, which lead to significant sales declines. It may impact it may increase the risk of compromising Huawei's ability to meet the market demand. The second consequence is the needing of on large capital. Fighting the bans require substantial capital for legal battle, R&D and development. High costs will result in the financial strain, and increased expenditure may affect the profitability of Huawei in the long term. Okay, on the other hand, if Huawei decide to surrender, the pros will be, the first one, the potential for de-escalation. By surrendering, may de-escalate tension of Huawei with the US government and opening the door for negotiation. This will lead to the offer chances for compromise and diplomatic resolution. The second one is to focus on core competency. Surrendering allow Huawei to refocus on the core competency for more efficient operation, which help enable the company to streamline their resource and effort effectively. And the third one is exploring new business strategy. Huawei can shifting away from the reliance on the US market and explore opportunity in a less controversial region. It will help diversify Huawei's business strategy for a better global positioning. However, the consequence of surrendering will be the loss of market share and revenue. The smartphone shipment have already plummeted, and by continuing to surrender could lead to further decline in Huawei global presence, which will increase the risk of losing market share and revenue significantly. The second one is the impact on innovation. Surrendering limit the access to cutting edge technology, which will hinder the opportunity for innovation and then eventually put Huawei at the advantage in terms of technological advancement. And the last one is the long term strategic consequence. Uh, which will impact the Huawei ability to pursue its mission and vision in terms of bringing the digital connectivity to every person and organization. It will raise uncertainties about the company's long-term strategic direction and goals.
Therefore, from the discussion of pros and cons of both fighting and surrendering, we have concluded that it will benefit Huawei better if they continue to fight. This can be done by few recommended solutions. Firstly, Huawei can sue the US government for defamation. A study by Martin Kwan in 2019 found that it is possible to sue the US government for defamation in Canada with the argument that the accusation made against Huawei's product quality and security is made in a commercial capacity. It is important to highlight that the legal suit will only be effective if it is in Canada and the argument for suing is commercial capacity. This is because of the foreign state immunity adopted by US. As such, no legal action can be taken upon Australia and UK due to the immunity adopted. And commercial argument cannot be used for these two countries as it is irrelevant. Consequently, Huawei can protect their image and reputation by showing to the public that they are confident regarding their business ethic. And they are not acting as a spy for the Chinese Communist Party because they are prepared and confident in battling with US regarding the security issues of Huawei to court. It is highly beneficial for Huawei to take this measure because despite winning or losing the lawsuit case, they will be able to provide assurance to the public and their loyal consumers that their product is not a tool for espionage purpose. Thus, Huawei can restore and retain their customers' trust and improve sales revenue. Secondly, Huawei should increase their supply chain diversity. From this, Huawei can enhance their supply chain resilience and lower the risk of disruption due to the political issue and supply chain problem like the shortage of material due to the ban. Huawei can implement this by forming strategic alliance with companies outside from the Western countries, as they are the one who is banning Huawei products. Furthermore, China itself is a force to be reckoned with in the semiconductor industry. To prove this, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation (SMIC) and Huahong Group is ranked the top 10 semiconductor foundry companies by revenue globally. Therefore, proving that China itself is adequate to develop and manufacture its own chipset with the promise of sufficient resources, which here enters Huawei to provide their support and investment. Besides that, recently SMIC have successfully manufactured the Kirin chipset for Huawei 5G technology after the US sanction, which caused Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company (TSMC) to cut ties with Huawei and stop supplying HiSilicon, which is a subsidiary of Huawei, with the chipset. The Kirin chipset by SMIC can be found in Huawei Mate 60 Pro. Thirdly, Huawei should ask support from the Chinese government. Huawei have asserted that they are a private company who is 100% owned by the employees themselves and is not funded by the Chinese government since its establishment. As so, this should continue to be the case to make sure that they are not being entangled with the government and give cause to the allegation that they are an espionage. However, the government can still support Huawei by funding the local semiconductor industry for the development and R&D of the advanced chip technology needed by Huawei's 5G technology, which I've previously mentioned before, is the Kirin chipset. Hence, Huawei does not have to depend on importing these components. Moreover, this will bring mutual benefit as it can contribute to China's economic growth when they start to export this highly sought state-of-the-art microchip. Not to mention, according to research conducted by Statista, found that the majority semiconductor revenue in 2024 is expected to be generated by China. This itself shows how this recommendation is possible for China to implement because not only domestically but also globally. Consequently, this will solve Huawei's supply issue. Last but not least, Huawei should shift their attention to the Asian market. Besides focusing on the domestic market, Huawei can also strengthen its presence in the Asian market. The correct marketing strategy can boost this initiative, considering the banning of Huawei product is done mainly by the European countries only. So there is little of hope for Huawei to conquer the Asian market. Furthermore, a study done by McKinsey and Company found that over the next decade, Asian consumers are predicted to make about half of the growth of global consumption, which amount to $10 trillion opportunity for consumption growth, therefore promising high profit for Huawei if they manage to control the Asian market. Besides that, Samsung, the leading smartphone company in the Asian market based on Statista research in 2023, proved that the Asian market is very beneficial since Samsung is also leading the smartphone market share globally since the fourth quarter of 2021. Hence, Huawei should take this as an opportunity to strengthen its brand presence in the Asia so that they can overcome the loss due to the sanction and banning of Huawei products from the Western countries.